Hey, what's going on, guys? Boosted Whips here. Today I'm going to be installing the mud guards. These here are not OEM, and I'll tell you why they're not OEM. But basically these are the ones that I got. I got this from one of my eBay sellers. Basically worked out a deal, which is the same seller of the spoiler. So as a gift, they went ahead and they sent me this. And then I'm also gonna see if you guys notice here I already mounted one, because one of the questions was, can you mount the side wings with the guards? So you have to do a small modifications. This is the best you gonna get out of it, but I'll explain now how we do the process. So let's go ahead and get started, and here we go. Alright guys, so as you see here, I have a bunch of other tools here. You're not going to need all of this if you have the OEM. The reason I have a drill here and a couple screwdrivers and a wrench is because I needed to remove the side wing and then adjust it a little bit back and then re-screw. So that's why I have all these tools here. But if you have the OEM, all you're really going to need, at least for the rear, which is the one that's a little bit difficult to get in because of the wheel. So in order for you not to remove the wheel, what you're gonna need, and this is what I did, but if you use probably a small screwdriver that's side, or maybe even an angled screwdriver, you should be fine. But if you don't, this is a solution I found. I'm using a 1/4 inch socket here with the wrench, and I'm using the Phillips head here, and that's how I'm gonna go ahead and remove the screws that are on the side near the wheel. So I'm going to show you on the other side what I did, and what screws you need to remove in order to go ahead and mount the new ones. Okay, so here we go. Alright guys, so these are the two screws you're going to go ahead and remove, which is this one and this one. This is for the OEM. On my side, I only have to remove this one on the bottom. I'll show you on the other side how I mounted mine, and I'm just being held by one screw and then the clips at the bottom. So for OEM, I believe it goes all the way up here. I don't have an OEM, but if you see that you have 2 points, then you remove the 2 screws. If not, then you just remove the one that is needed, and then you just mount the new one over it, and that is it basically. So I'm going to show you on the other side what I did, and then I'm going to go ahead and start on this side as well, so I can go ahead and I mount it, and I'm going to explain to you what I did on the back side for those that want the side wings and also the mud guards on the rear. So, and then we'll work on the front. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that now. Alright guys, so like what I mentioned, so I didn't have to remove the one on the top, as you notice up here. So all I had to do was move the second one, which I mounted it right here on these guards here. They're not OEM once again. So that's where I mounted one of the screw points, and then the other one's at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. Alright guys, so at the bottom, like I said, you're going to use this clip here. You're just going to remove the existing one, and you're going to go ahead and move in the mud guards in there. There's a position location for it, and then you're just going to go ahead and put the clip back on and just secure it in that location. That's basically it. So what I had to do in my case, again, if you want to have the side wings, you basically just have to move it, a little bit further back. I think it still looks good, as you saw from the beginning of the video, but basically I just moved it back, and it's just gonna be right where the exhaust is. And I think it just looks good. You can also probably go ahead and sandwich it all together here, but I think you're limited on space. You might have to cut and adjust, some pieces here you might have to cut, and then you kind of basically squeeze all of them together. But I didn't want to go ahead and mod anything like that, so I think this looks good. It was good enough for me. So if it's good enough, then you can go that route, or you can go ahead and customize it. So I'm going to show you a far away shot so you can see it again, and we'll take it from there. Basically that's how the setup is going to look. As you can notice here, you have the mud guard and you have the rear side wing. I think it looks nice. You have maybe like about an inch or so on the gap, but depending on how you look at it, it kind of blends in. I think it still looks good. But anyways, let me know what you guys think on that area there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the front, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you basically how you do the front as well. So here we go. Alright guys, so on the front, this is the front right, and basically in my case I just need to remove this screw right here, the screw that's in the inside, and then one of these pressure ones, which is this one right here. There's another one up top here, So maybe on the OEM it goes all the way much higher, and you might need to go ahead and remove this one, the next pressure clip, and then the two screws on the bottom. This one does not have a bottom secure location, so you don't have to do like what we did on the rear. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that, and so that you guys can see, again, you're limited on space, and I think that's the main question for everyone. But if you use an angled screwdriver or a small screwdriver, look how easy this is. You can just go ahead and unscrew it without a problem. So very easy, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and just so that you guys can see the second one, but same concept. You see how everything is just pretty much easy, and then you can just do it with your hands to kind of finish it off. For the screw area, that's how easy that would be. So very helpful. So if you use an angled screwdriver or the setup that I have, again, I'm using a 1/4 inch socket on a wrench, and basically that's how I'm doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this one up, and I'll show you guys how that looks. Guys, so here's the front right on how it looks, the mud guards, and basically I mounted the 2 points. Anything here I want to note, guys, the one that comes with it, you have to go ahead and change it. They provide different type of clips inside the bag. This one here, I went ahead and I pushed it all the way in. You may notice that it's a little bit sticking out, the actual pin side, but it's already stuck in there. It doesn't come off at all. This is in there with pressure. As you see, I can't even remove it. But if you don't prefer this, what you might have to do is go ahead and customize it so that you get a correct clip that is much longer, a little bit thinner, so that it can sandwich everything in. Because what's happening is that you're sandwiching this end, there's another plastic up here, and then you're going into the fender. So space is a little bit limited, so it's not all the way in, but this is secured all the way in, and it's holding on the actual guard. So anyways, guys, that's how that one looks. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of the car, but same concept on both sides like I showed you guys, and we'll go ahead and finalize the product and show you how everything looks. Guys, I wanted to point out one last thing before I went ahead and finished up everything. These guards here are really cool because everything is labeled. If you notice, you're able to know which one off the bat is front left, which one's front right. If you see there right below where it says 418 accord, FL means front left. So the front right will have FR. The rear is going to have rear, which is RR, and then RL for rear left. So thought it was neat. Just wanted to go ahead and share that so that way you guys know. And then the other point, which I missed on the other sessions, is that this pressure clip here, you need to remove it with a screwdriver. It's a little bit it's a pressure clip that's being held down by top and bottom, or left and right, depending on how they did it, because there's a square in the inside. So basically a square hole. So this one you just got to remove with the screwdriver. You need to apply some pressure, and then it comes off. And they don't break off. I did it really hard. They don't break off, so they're pretty robust. So this comes off with a flat-headed screwdriver. Will make it easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now, and go ahead and finalize the entire setup. Guys, one last thing. This is the clip that I use to replace the one that's on the actual fender from the kit that's provided on the mud guard. So this part goes in, and then it gets secured by this clip. So I'm gonna go ahead and finalize that now. Alright guys, there you have it. This is how it looks with the mud guards on. As you can see on the rear, there's gonna be about, if you do it this way, you're gonna have about an inch gap, more or less, or probably less. I still think it looks good. If anything, if it starts bothering me, I'll just remove the side wing. So people are right, you can't mount these both unless you go ahead and you mod them together or whatnot. So that's how that looks. I'm going to give you a shot of the other side, about same concept. Went ahead and just have the lights on because I wanted people to, see. I had a question of somebody asking me how it looks with the side reflector, so I might as well kill that shot here. So there's the blinkers on how everything looks. Mud guards. So I was going to go in the other section now. And that's how that looks. So you guys get an idea more or less. So anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, comments, go ahead and drop them below. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, Boosted Whips, I'm out. Have a very blessed day.